everyone, my name is Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing kind of an interesting video. First, I'm filming outside, which is really pretty right now, and it's kind of warm, so I thought, why not? But also, I'm going to be doing a review and analysis of Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. So I ended up giving this book a 3 out of 5 stars and 4 out of 5 stars the first time I read it, but I feel like it didn't hold up as much the second time I read it, but there's a lot of great poems in here, and that's kind of what I wanted to do the analysis about. I chose 3 poems that I thought were particularly good, and without further ado, I'm just going to get right into them. So the first poem says, "You tell me to quiet down, 'cause my opinions make me less beautiful. But I was not made with a fire in my belly so I could be put out. I was not made with a lightness on my tongue so I could be easy to swallow. I was made heavy, half blade and half silk, difficult to forget and not easy for the mind to follow." So next I'm going to go over my analysis of this poem. I'm going to go by 2 lines for this one. So without further ado, let's get right in. "You tell me to quiet down, 'cause my opinions make me less beautiful." So this is about speaking out, having an opinion makes them less attractive, beauty based on quietness / not making waves. The second part says, "But I was not made with a fire in my belly so I could be put out." So this meaning, made / created with opinions / fire. So this metaphor going over being opinions are fire, and not being able to be put down or put out by demands. So again, this is going back to the fire metaphor. You can't be put out based on what others believe you to be. So also going on this fire-based metaphor, we have out of control / can't be controlled. The next part says, "I was not made with a lightness on my tongue so I could be easy to swallow." So this is not created to be quiet. It's easy to spout opinions, but not easy to really accept them. Then the next part says, "I was made heavy, half blade and half silk." So opinions are heavy and they have weight. We have them half sharp-witted / tough, half soft, meaning the ability to coexist. And the last part says, "difficult to forget and not easy for the mind to follow." So this is wanting to forget but unable to, not easy for the mind to follow opinions / unquiet, not easy to keep up / wanting to. And then what I said about this poem overall is that opinions are difficult for a woman to have, to be taken seriously. Not afraid to have opinions and will not be silenced. And the next poem I wanted to go over is on page 109. "I don't know what living a balanced life feels like. When I am sad, I don't cry, I pour. When I am happy, I don't smile, I glow. When I am angry, I don't yell, I burn. The good thing about feeling in extremes is, when I love, I give them wings. But perhaps that isn't such a good thing, 'cause they always tend to leave. And you should see me when my heart is broken. I don't grieve, I shatter." So for this one, I'm going to go by a few lines, and I'll start with the first one. "I don't know what living a balanced life feels like." So this is almost unhealthy intensity of emotion. No balance equals only reaction. When I am sad, I don't cry, I pour. This is again those feelings of intensity where crying is rain pouring, so cold and wet. When I'm happy, I don't smile, I glow. So what came to mind for me was glowing / shining like the sun and this radiance when you're happy. When I am angry, I don't yell, I burn. So I'm thinking of this yelling like a fire, and we have this heat and again this intensity. The good thing about feeling in extremes is, when I love, I give them wings. So this made me think of the mystical / otherworldly and ethereal, but perhaps that isn't such a good thing because they always tend to leave. So this is kind of putting them on a pedestal, which isn't healthy. And then the ones that are put on the pedestal leave or disappoint her. "And you should see me when my heart is broken. I don't grieve, I shatter." So this is grieving a broken heart, the idea of the heart shattering like glass, making it harder to heal and easy to hurt. Then we have page 179, and we have this beautiful mountain graphic, which will make more sense in a minute. "I want to apologize to all the women I have called pretty, before I call them intelligent or brave. I'm sorry I made it sound as though something as simple as what you're born with is the most you have to be proud of when your spirit has crushed mountains. From now on I will say things like, 'You are resilient,' or 'You are extraordinary.' Not because I don't think you're pretty, but because you are so much more than that. So as for this poem, I'm going to go by 2 or 3 lines. It kind of changes based on what makes sense. I want to apologize to all the women I have called pretty before I called them intelligent or brave. So this is that grief/regret, something shallow, calling them something other than physicality. I am sorry I made it sound as though something as simple as what you were born with is all that you have to be proud of when you're... So this is beauty/lack thereof, you're more than your beauty. And again, this is showing that grief and regret when she's saying, I'm sorry. Spirit has crushed mountains. So again, this is that your beauty and your strength are something that can coexist together, but you're more than just your beauty and your physicality. From now on, I will say things like, you are resilient or you are extraordinary. So this is a change behavior and response, and it's your strengths as a woman. Not because I don't think you're pretty, but because you are so much more than that. So your beauty doesn't matter as much as the qualities that cannot be seen. So this is also the regret at viewing women as nothing more than pretty/attractive. So we also see this shift in behavior that the qualities and what can't be as quantified matters more than the physicality. So that is my review and analysis of Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. Let me know down below, what did you think of this video? Do you like the style? Is this something you would like to see in the future? Also, what did you think of Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur? Is it something you enjoyed? Was it something that wasn't so great in your opinion? I know this poetry collection can be very polarizing, so I'm just curious as to what your opinion is. So I think that's everything. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.